ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Chemical reactions due to COOH group. Here third type is coal-base electrolysis reaction. This is most important one. Coal-base electrolysis. Coal-base electrolysis reaction. Sodium or potassium, sodium or potassium salt solution, sodium or potassium salt solution of carboxylic acids undergoes electrolysis to produce hydrocarbons and carbon dioxide at anode. And similarly NaOH or KOH and carbon dioxide CO2 formed at cathode. This reaction is called as coal-base electrolysis reaction. What is mean by coal-base electrolysis reaction? When sodium or potassium salt of carboxylic acids on electrolysis to produce hydrocarbons, corresponding hydrocarbons plus CO2 at anode particularly, and similarly NaOH or KOH and carbon dioxide is formed at cathode. This reaction is known as coal-base electrolysis reaction. Okay, for example, if you take RCOONA, sodium salt of carboxylic acid. Here also same RCOONA, sodium salt of carboxylic acid, and this is salt solution with water H2O. Okay, so total it is a salt solution. So the salt solution upon electrolysis, okay, what happened here? Breakage of bond, RR group, alkyl group attached, RR plus, here CO2 2 moles of carbon dioxide CO2. Next here NaOH 2 moles of NaOH plus hydrogen gas H2 gas. Okay, or hydrocarbon is nothing but RR, hydrocarbon and carbon dioxide. These two are formed at anode. Alkane and carbon dioxide is formed at anode, and sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas, these two are formed at cathode. Okay, this reaction is known as coal-base electrolysis reaction. Okay, it is salt solution of carboxylic acid. It is the salt solution of carboxylic acid. Salt solution of carboxylic acid. When salt solution of carboxylic acid upon electrolysis, corresponding hydrocarbon and carbon dioxide is formed at anode, and cathode, sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas is formed at cathode. Okay, this is upon electrolysis. Okay, for example, this is electrolytic cell. In this electrolytic cell, two electrodes are dipped in this electrolytic cell. Two electrodes. Okay, one is anode and another one is cathode. And these two electrodes are connected to battery, positive and negative. Now in this electrolytic cell, you have to take salt solution of carboxylic acid. What happened? So this salt solution upon electrolysis, here it is the anode and this one is cathode. Okay, at anode, alkane and carbon dioxide is formed. Alkane and carbon dioxide both are obtained at anode. At cathode, here sodium hydroxide NaOH and hydrogen gas is obtained at cathode. Okay, this is most important one. When salt solution of carboxylic acids on electrolysis, it gives alkanes and carbon dioxide at anode and base and hydrogen gas is obtained at cathode. This reaction is called as coal-base electrolysis reaction. So for this reaction, and one more example, sodium acetate is taken in the electrolytic cell. Sodium acetate. Example, sodium acetate CH3COONA, sodium acetate, 2 moles of sodium acetate, CH3COONA. This sodium acetate salt solution H2O, 2 moles of water upon electrolysis. Now what are the products obtained? Here ethane, C2H6 ethane and CO2, 2 moles of carbon dioxide and sodium hydroxide, 2 moles of NaOH and remaining is hydrogen gas. Okay, in this reaction, it is the salt solution of sodium acetate. Sodium acetate solution. Okay, the sodium acetate solution upon electrolysis, ethane and carbon dioxide is formed at anode. These two are formed at anode. And sodium hydroxide, hydrogen gas, both are formed at cathode. Okay, sodium acetate electrolysis, ethane and carbon dioxide is formed at anode and sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas is formed at cathode. Okay, so in this one important question is there. Now the question is, how much volume of gas is obtained? How much volume of gas is obtained at anode STP condition, at STP condition. Okay, how much volume of gas is obtained at anode in STP condition? So at anode here, ethane and carbon dioxide. So at anode, ethane is the gas, C2H6 gas, and 2 moles of carbon dioxide gas. So STP, ethane is also gas and carbon dioxide is also gas. Here ethane is 1 mole and carbon dioxide is 2 moles. So total 3 moles of gas is obtained. 3 moles of gas is obtained at anode. 3 moles of gas means according to mole concept at STP condition 1 mole of the gas is occupied by 22.4 liters. So here 3 moles are obtained at anode. Therefore here 3 moles at STP condition. So volume of gas is equals to 3 moles into 22.4 liters. 22.4 liters. Okay, 3 4s are 12, 3 2s are 6 plus 1 7, 3 2s are 6. So 67.2 liters is obtained. This is most important one. Similarly, how much volume of gas is obtained at cathode? At cathode, sodium hydroxide is not a gas, only hydrogen is the gas. So at cathode only hydrogen gas is obtained. Here just only 1 mole of gas is obtained at cathode. So 1 mole means at STP 1 mole into 22.4 liters, that is equals to 22.4 liters. Okay, so what is the volume of gas obtained at anode? 67.2 liters. How much volume of gas is obtained at cathode? 22.4 liters. So the total volume of the gas is obtained in coal-based electrolysis process. Total volume of the gas obtained in coal-based electrolysis process. Total volume of gas obtained. Total volume of gas obtained. Total means at anode as well as at cathode in coal-based electrolysis. Process. So total volume of the gas obtained in coal-based electrolysis is at anode 67.2 liters. At anode 67.2 liters and at cathode 22.4 liters. So total here 6 and 9 here 8. 89.6 liters of gas is obtained in coal-based electrolysis process. Okay, so these are the very very important questions in competitive exams. Okay, once again repeat: sodium acetate upon electrolysis, ethane and carbon dioxide is formed at anode, and sodium hydroxide hydrogen gas is formed at cathode. Now, how many moles of gas is obtained at anode? So number of moles of gas is 1 mole ethane, 2 moles carbon dioxide. Total 3 moles of gas is obtained at anode. How many moles of gas is obtained at cathode? At cathode only hydrogen gas is obtained. Sodium hydroxide is not a gas. Therefore only 1 mole of gas is obtained at cathode. So here total volume at STP condition 1 mole, according to mole concept 1 mole is nothing but 22.4 liters. Okay, already you know the mole concept. So 1 mole is nothing but mole concept already you know in stoichiometry. 1 mole of the compound is equals to 1 mole is nothing but volume is 22.4 liters. 22.4 liters indicates 1 mole or 22,400 centimeter cube or 22,400 ml is nothing but 1 mole. Okay, at STP condition. Next, 1 mole is nothing but Avogadro number 6.023 into 10 power 23 or gram molecular weight, GMW, gram molecular weight, or it is also called as gram molecular weight is nothing but molar mass of the compound. Okay, molar mass of the compound or its gram molecular weight is nothing but 1 mole. So here according to mole concept 3 moles. So 1 mole 22.4 liters, 3 moles means 3 into 22.4 67.2 liters. Here 1 mole means 22.4 liters. So total gas, the volume of the gas is obtained at anode is 67.2 liters, at cathode 22.4 liters. So total number of moles obtained in coal-based electrolysis is 3 plus 1, 4 moles. Okay, total moles obtained in coal-based electrolysis, total moles at anode 3 moles, at cathode 1 mole, total 4 moles. So total volume of the gas obtained in coal-based electrolysis is 4 moles, that means 4 into 22.4 liters, therefore that is equal to 89.6 liters. Okay, these are the very very important questions in competitive exams. Yes, and by using coal-based electrolysis process, we can prepare not only alkanes, we can prepare alkenes and also alkynes. Okay, with the help of coal-based electrolysis process, we are preparing alkanes, alkenes and also alkynes. By using coal-based electrolysis, we can prepare alkanes, alkenes and also alkynes, alkanes, alkenes and also alkynes. Yes, for example, CH3COONA, sodium acetate, 2 moles of sodium acetate with 2 moles of water, 2 moles of sodium acetate, 2 moles of water, electrolysis process, electrolysis. Okay, what we are observing in this reaction? C2H6 ethane formation plus 2 moles of carbon dioxide formation plus 2 moles of sodium hydroxide formation and hydrogen gas. This is alkane ethane formation. For example, if you take CH2COONA, here CH2COONA, sodium succinate, sodium succinate electrolysis process. Okay, sodium succinate electrolysis. Now here breakage of the bond, here breakage of the bond. In between CH2 double bond formation, CH2 double bond CH2 ethene plus 2 moles of carbon dioxide plus 2 moles of sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. What is the name of this compound? Ethene. Ethene means it belongs to alkene formation. Yes, and one more example is sodium malleate or fumarate, anyone. CH, here COONA, double bond CHCOONA upon hydrolysis salt solution and followed by electrolysis. Now here breakage of the bond, here breakage of the bond, acetylene formation. CH triple bond CH acetylene plus 2 moles of CO2 and 2 moles of NaOH plus H2. Okay, here CH triple bond CH. CH triple bond CH means it is acetylene or ethane. Ethane means it is belongs to alkyne preparation. So by using coal-based electrolysis process, we can prepare alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. Alkanes are obtained by taking sodium salt of carboxylic acid, monocarboxylic acid salt, alkane formation, a dicarboxylic acid salt, alkene formation, unsaturated dicarboxylic acid, it is sodium malleate or sodium fumarate. Sodium malleate or sodium fumarate also produced by alkynes. So in this reaction, what we are observing, carboxylic acid part is mainly involved in the chemical reactions. Okay, so chemical reactions due to COOH group. And one more reaction, chemical reactions due to carboxylic acid, COOH. Another chemical property, reactions due to COOH group, reactions due to COOH group by Huns-Decker reaction. Huns-Decker reaction. Huns-Decker reaction. Yes, what is Huns-Decker reaction? When silver salt of fatty acid, when silver salt of fatty acids, when silver salt of fatty acids reacts with bromine, in the presence of carbon tetrachloride, to form alkyl halides, Okay, this reaction is known as Huns-Decker reaction. This reaction is known as Huns-Decker reaction. In this, free radical mechanism takes place. Free radical mechanism takes place. Okay, this is Huns-Decker reaction. Okay, what is Huns-Decker reaction? When silver salt of fatty acids reacts with bromine, here bromine, silver salt, in the presence of carbon tetrachloride produced by alkyl halides. Okay, this reaction is known as Huns-Decker reaction. Okay, in this Huns-Decker reaction, what type of mechanism? Free radical mechanism. Okay, overall, what is mean by Huns-Decker reaction? When silver salt of fatty acids on treatment with bromine in the presence of carbon tetrachloride to form alkyl halides. Okay, this is known as Huns-Decker reaction. In this, free radical mechanism takes place. So, for example, silver salt of acid is RCOOAg, silver. If you take sodium instead of silver, sodium is sodium salt of acid. Here silver, silver salt of acid. So RCOOAG, silver salt of acid. Silver salt of acid. Correct. Now this silver salt of acid reacts with bromine Br2 in the presence of carbon tetrachloride CCl4. It is given by alkyl bromide plus carbon dioxide and silver bromide. Okay, it is alkyl bromide. Alkyl bromide. Okay, here silver salt of fatty acid on treatment with bromine in the presence of carbon tetrachloride to form alkyl bromide, carbon dioxide and silver bromide. This reaction is called as Hunsdiecker reaction. Okay, what is the mechanism? Free radical mechanism. Free radical mechanism. Okay, how to write the mechanism for this reaction? Free radical reaction mechanism for Hunsdiecker reaction. Direct reaction is silver salt of acid RCOOAG with bromine Br2 in presence of carbon tetrachloride. It gives alkyl bromide RBr and carbon dioxide CO2 and AgBr, silver bromide. Now for this reaction mechanism, silver salt RCOOAG, silver salt on treatment with bromine Br2, bromine, here remove of AgBr, silver bromide formation, AgBr RCOOBr, bromine plus AgBr, silver bromide. One of the byproduct is obtained in this reaction. After that what happened? Here it is undergoes free radical mechanism, free radical homolytic fission takes place. Like this here, homolytic fission. Homolytic fission, it is given by RCO, free radical, plus bromine free radical. Okay, these are the free radicals. What is meant by free radical? Odd number of electrons containing species or single electron species are called as free radicals. These are highly energetic and highly reactive. If any two free radicals combines together to form a molecule, if one free radical is bombardment with the molecule to produce one new free radical. So free radicals are highly energetic and highly reactive. Free radicals means odd number of electrons or single electron species are free radicals. Right. Now this is bromine free radical, here acyl free radical. Now in this also, this carbon, here carbon, alkyl group carbon, homolytic fission takes place. Okay, this is indicates fish hook arrow mark. Okay, this symbol indicates fish hook arrow mark. Fish hook arrow means this arrow, fish hook arrow indicates homolytic fission. Okay, homolytic fission means free radicals are obtained. Homolytic fission means free radicals obtained. Okay, the symbol indicates homolytic cleavage or homolytic fission. So it gives free radicals. Now here also same, here R and CO radical gives rise to here R alkyl free radical and C double bond O oxygen, here it is free radical. Now here also free radical. Okay, these two free radicals are combined together to form a carbon dioxide. This is equals to, it is equal to CO2. CO2 means carbon dioxide. Here one of the byproduct carbon dioxide is obtained. Okay, and finally here alkyl free radical, let's say GBr. Here homolytic fission takes place. It gives RCOO radical and bromine radical. Both are free radicals. And now this alkyl group and carbon bond undergoes homolytic fission. Alkyl free radical, here CO2. And this alkyl free radical combines with bromine free radical to form alkyl bromide. Okay, two free radicals combines together to form a molecule. Always one free radical is bombardment with the another molecule to form new free radical formation. And these are highly energetic and highly reactive. This is free radical mechanism in Hunsdiecker reaction. Then go for next one is chemical reactions due to hydrocarbon part. And another one is chemical reactions. Chemical reactions due to hydrocarbon part. Chemical reactions due to hydrocarbon part. Okay, so here chemical reactions are involved due to hydrocarbon part. So that is HVZ reaction. HVZ reaction. Hydrocarbon part involved reaction is HVZ. HVZ reaction. HVZ reaction. HVZ full form is Hell-Vollard Jelinski reaction. HVZ reaction. Hell-Vollard Jelinski reaction. HVZ reaction. Yes, now in this case chemical reaction due to hydrocarbon part. Hydrocarbon part means chemical reactions due to hydrocarbon part. HVZ reaction. HVZ full form Hell-Vollard Jelinski reaction. Hell-Vollard Jelinski reaction. And in this reaction, at least one alpha hydrogen containing carboxylic acids reacts with halogen in the presence of red phosphorus. Alpha halogenation takes place to form the halogen substituted compound. That reaction is called as HVZ reaction. Okay, what is meant by HVZ? At least one alpha hydrogen. At least one alpha hydrogen containing carboxylic acids reacts with halogens X2 with red phosphorus alpha halogenation takes place. Alpha halogenation takes place to form halogenated carboxylic acid. To form halogenated carboxylic acids. Okay, this reaction is called as HVZ reaction. Okay students, what is mean by HVZ? HVZ means at least one alpha hydrogen containing carboxylic acids reacts with your halogens in the presence of red phosphorus. Especially alpha halogenation takes place to produce halogenated carboxylic acids. Okay, especially this HVZ reaction is a alpha halogenation reaction. This is a alpha halogenation reaction. Here requirement is at least one alpha hydrogen present, at least one alpha hydrogen presence of alpha hydrogen. Here halogen X means either chlorine or bromine and followed by red phosphorus. Okay, these are the essential requirements. Okay, halogen, chlorine or bromine in the presence of red phosphorus, alpha hydrogens containing carboxylic acids, alpha halogenation takes place. For example, alpha hydrogens containing carboxylic acid are CH2, okay, or CH2COH. This is carboxylic acid. With respect to this carboxylic group, adjacent carbon is alpha carbon. This alpha carbon possesses two alpha hydrogens. So therefore, it is on treatment with X2 in the presence of red phosphorus. What happen here? Alpha halogenation takes place. Means alpha hydrogen is replaced by halogen. So it gives RCHX and COOH. Okay, COH. Remaining hydrogen and halogen plus HX, hydrogen halide. Okay, this is alpha halogenation. Here alpha halogenation takes place. Alpha halogenation. At alpha position, hydrogen is replaced by halogen. Alpha halogenation. Yes, further on treatment with halogens in the presence of red phosphorus, what happened here? Here one more alpha hydrogen is present. Therefore, this alpha hydrogen is replaced by halogen. We are getting halogenated compound. Here X and this is X and COOH. This is alpha halogenation. So in this HVZ reaction, essential requirement is alpha hydrogens must be present. So if 3 alpha hydrogens are present, 3 alpha hydrogens replaced by 3 halogens. If 1 alpha hydrogen is present, 1 alpha hydrogen is replaced by 1 halogen. Okay, and 2 alpha hydrogens are present, 2 hydrogens replaced by 2 halogens. But here essential requirement is at least 1 alpha hydrogen must be present in the given organic acid. Okay, so this is HVZ reaction. Yes, and one more example, one more reaction. CH3COOH, acetic acid. Example, acetic acid CH3 COOH, acetic acid, reacts with chlorine in the presence of red phosphorus. Okay, so with respect to this carboxylic acid, alpha carbon, and this alpha carbon possess 3 alpha hydrogens. So therefore, one alpha hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. So we are getting CH2Cl and COH. What is the name of this compound? Acetic acid. It is acetic acid. Acetic acid reacts with chlorine in the presence of red phosphorus. Alpha chloroacetic acid. Alpha chloroacetic acid. Okay, plus HCl. Now further it is treated with chlorine in the presence of red phosphorus. What happened? And one more alpha hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. So here CH, Cl, Cl, COOH plus HCl. This is called as alpha dichloroacetic acid. Now further it is reacts with chlorine in the presence of red phosphorus, and here one more alpha hydrogen is there. That alpha hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. So here carbon, chlorine, 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 COOH plus here HCl. Okay, this is called as alpha trichloroacetic acid. Okay, now this trichloroacetic acid further reacts with chlorine in the presence of red phosphorus. What happened here? So all alpha hydrogens are replaces here without alpha hydrogen. No alpha hydrogen. No alpha hydrogen, therefore here no halogenation reaction. No alpha halogenation. Therefore here no reaction. No reaction takes place. No reaction means here there is no formation of products. Okay, acetic acid, it is considered as A, and red phosphorus alpha chloroacetic acid is B. Alpha chloroacetic acid reacts with chlorine, dichloroacetic acid, it is C, and dichloroacetic acid reacts with chlorine by red phosphorus, trichloroacetic acid, this is D compound. D. A is acetic acid, B is alpha chloroacetic acid, and C is dichloroacetic acid, D is trichloroacetic acid. Okay, among all these, most acidic acid is, okay, in this question is among A, B, C and D compounds, most acidic compound is, which one is the most acidic compound? Okay, option 1, 2, 3, 4. First one is acetic acid, means A compound, here A, this is B, here C and D compounds. Most acidic compound is, here most acidic compound is D compound. Why it is the most acidic compound? Because of here chlorines are electron withdrawing groups are minus IE groups. Minus IE groups, negative inductive affecting groups increases the acidic character. So in this case 3 negative inductive affecting groups, minus IE group, here minus IE groups. In this case only 2 negative inductive affecting groups, here minus IE groups only 2. In this case only one is the negative inductive affecting group, but in this here total methyl group is plus inductive affecting group. So negative inductive affecting groups increases the acidic nature, positive inductive affecting groups decreases the acidic nature. So in this, among all these compounds, most acidic compound is trichloroacetic acid, after that dichloroacetic acid, chloroacetic acid, and least acidic is acetic acid. So therefore your acidity order for these compounds: trichloroacetic acid Cl 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 COOH trichloroacetic acid. After that dichloroacetic acid, next chloroacetic acid, next least acidic is CH3COH. This is the acidity order of carboxylic acids. 3 negative inductive affecting groups. In this case only 2 negative inductive affecting groups. In this case only 1 negative inductive affecting group. So trichloroacetic acid is most acidic than dichloro. Dichloroacetic acid is most acidic than monochloroacetic acid and least acidic acid. Because of minus IE groups, minus IE groups increases, acidity increases. Okay, negative inductive affecting groups increases, acidic nature increases. Positive inductive affecting groups increases, acidity decreases. Okay, this is HVZ reaction. Okay, yes, and one more example. Example 3, propionic acid CH3CH2COH. Propionic acid reacts with chlorine in the presence of red phosphorus, HVZ reaction. SVZ means with respect to the COOH group, here it is alpha carbon. So this alpha carbon hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. So it gives CH3CHClCOOH, alpha chloropropionic acid. Now this alpha chloropropionic acid further reacts with second mole of chlorine in the presence of red phosphorus and alpha hydrogen, second alpha hydrogen replaced by chlorine, it gives CH3, here ClClCOOH, here dichloro alpha dichloropropionic acid. Further it is treated with chlorine by red phosphorus in this molecule without alpha hydrogen, therefore here no reaction because of absence of alpha hydrogen, therefore no reaction. And one more example is 2-phenyl acetic acid C6H5CH2COH, 2-phenyl acetic acid which is on treatment with chlorine in the presence of red phosphorus. What happened with respect to this functional group? Adjacent carbon is alpha carbon. This alpha carbon hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. So we are getting here alpha chlorophenyl acetic acid. Now this alpha chlorophenyl acetic acid reacts with chlorine in the presence of red phosphorus and one more alpha hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. So here Cl and COOH, dichlorophenyl acetic acid. Further it is treated with chlorine by red phosphorus, here no reaction because of absence of alpha hydrogen. So this is about HVZ reaction, Hell-Vollard-Zielinski reaction.